Let's move now to KwaZulu-Natal. The Zululand District Municipality wants travel time for trucks to be limited to 12 hours a day as part of plans to try and curb horrific road accidents. This, of course, is in response to the latest crash in uPhongolo last week that claimed 20 lives, 18 of them children. Now, the R24 from Vryheid to Richards Bay and the N2 from uPhongolo to Richards Bay are the areas that are of greatest concern. I'm joined now by Zululand Mayor, the Reverend Thulasizwe Buthelezi. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for your time. This latest accident is particularly horrific, but I understand that there's been a problem of recklessness on the roads and horrific road accidents in this area for some time. Give me a sense of the history of the problem on the roads.
Good evening, Sally, and your viewers at home. Basically, as the community of Zululand, from uPhongolo to Vryheid to Ulundi, we are under siege because of the trucks that are carrying coal that have increased phenomenally in volume. Just today, you could not use the road between Vryheid and Ulundi because of an accident that was caused by the trucks that are carrying coal. We know that in uPhongolo, 18 children have lost their lives on Friday, and really it has become unbearable. We are now calling for a total ban on all trucks that are carrying coal, and that they must go back to the railway so that we can resume our lives as normal within the district of Zululand.
So the media release we saw suggested that trucks only travel at night from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Is that what you are suggesting as an immediate step?
We were suggesting as an immediate step that all coal trucks be banned during the day. They be allowed at night when children are no longer on the road, when people are in their homes. But as a long-term measure, we urge that the coal be transported via rail because the fatalities on the road have become a daily occurrence. We cannot afford to lose any more lives due to the reckless driving of the drivers, number one. Number two is the sheer volume of the trucks. Our roads were not meant to cater for such a high number of trucks. Just today, I traveled between Ulundi and Vryheid, and in the first 20 kilometers, I encountered 26 trucks that are carrying coal. Just in 20 kilometers, there were 26 trucks. That shows you the sheer crisis that we are facing, and we are calling on the National Minister to urgently intervene so that we resume our lives.
We know that the Transport Minister has tweeted that he's going to provide a detailed plan to move the transportation of goods such as coal from trucks to railways. But this is not the first time you're raising these concerns, is it?
We have been consistently raising these concerns, Sally, for the past 5 years, particularly on the N2 between Piet Retief and Phongolo, because for some reasons, all the trucks leaving Gauteng to Durban and Richards Bay are no longer using the N3. And there is a huge congestion on the N2 that is really overwhelming us as the local government and local authorities. And we do need immediate and urgent intervention from the National Department of Transport, from SANRAL, from the Freight Association, to all come on board and really alleviate this huge load of coal trucks that are on our roads.
Why do you think you've been ignored for the past 5 years?
Well, we are being ignored because really our government doesn't care. As I'm speaking to you, there is load shedding in Vryheid. You know, there is no electricity. So our government doesn't care. They've become tone deaf, and they've become deaf to the pleas of the people on the ground. And we do hope that the deaths of these young children will wake the ANC government out of its slumber to start to do the work and care for the people they lead.
We've also heard reports from our senior reporter on this story, Desin Thathia, that community members are so angry, understandably so, that trucks are now trying to divert themselves away, fearing reprisal attacks. Are you aware of this?
Well, just the image you have shown on your screen a few moments ago, that was yesterday in Ulundi, when two trucks collided and there was that fire. People are taking the law into their own hands now because they can see that the government does not care, nor is the government willing to intervene to ensure their safety. We are making a call even to the private companies, to the Freight Association, to say enough is enough. We have lost enough lives. Coal must be off our roads. Coal must go back to the railway system.
I want to listen to Vusi Dube of the KwaZulu-Natal Transport Committee. He's the chairperson, in fact. They visited the area today following that horrific accident. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
As an oversight committee, we cannot stand here and play innocent. We believe that we have failed these people in many ways. Because you see, what happened here, we have lost 18 children. But they are saying they've been losing children all the time. They've been losing community members all the time. And now we have to respond like this. So honestly, I do not blame the government. As an oversight committee, we need to come back to this community and even to the chief of the area and the induna of the area, one, to apologize for not listening to the people, but number two, to sit down with them and map out a way forward of how to assist in a situation that we are facing as a government. It's their government, it's their road. They must give a recommendation. If we have to expand these roads, we must do that. If we have to divert these trucks, we must do that. But we believe that something must be done.
So there is an acknowledgement that you have been ignored. What do you make of what Vusi Dube, KZN Transport Committee Chair, had to say today?
Well, he is saying exactly what I'm saying, is that the ANC has failed the people of KwaZulu-Natal. They've been given a chance to govern, and they've failed dismally. Children die on that road on a daily basis. And we hope that now it takes the death of these children for the ANC to take action. But we call on the people of Zululand and the people of KwaZulu-Natal to be aware and to be vocal on these issues, because it is our lives that are being disrupted. It is our economy that is being disrupted. And clearly the ANC is asleep on the wheel.
And you make the point, of course, that this is not a problem that has dated back just to the floods, which destroyed certain rail infrastructure. It's not just the beginning of the year when more coal needed to be moved out of the country because of the war in Ukraine to get to nations that needed it. This is something that has been years in the making. Thank you for speaking to us. Let's hope that the Transport Minister tomorrow comes up with something concrete that can make a real difference and stop these horrific accidents. Thank you so much. Zululand Mayor, Reverend Thulasizwe Buthelezi there.